Good morning, boys and girls. Today is the second day of kindergarten. Today is Thursday, August the 27th, 2020. It is time for our morning meeting with Mrs. Baber. I am going to share my screen with you because we start our morning meetings in our virtual classroom. And here it is again. I'm going to move my picture down so that you can see our classroom. All right. We are back in class today with a new morning message. If you remember from yesterday, I introduced you to the classroom and I told you about how this looks really close to the classroom I have set up for you at Lansdowne Elementary. We cannot go to that classroom right now, so we're going to come to our virtual classroom every morning to start our day. I have our alphabet up here on the top of our wall so that you can see all of the letters of our alphabet. And then on my whiteboard, my big giant smartboard here, I've written us a morning message. I'm going to use my little pointer here, just like yesterday, to read my message to my friends. It says, "Good morning, friends. Today is our second day of kindergarten. Thank you all for watching our lessons yesterday." What fun were our lessons yesterday? It was definitely something new, definitely something to get used to, but we are going to have a great time doing all this fun stuff. I hope you enjoyed coloring your kindergarten book and drawing pictures for me. I hope that was something fun to do for you all yesterday, and I sure hope that I got all of the pictures that I needed. Remember, you can put your kindergarten book up on your fridge now. Today will be another great day of teaching and learning together. Love, Mrs. Baber. Here I am sitting in my chair there under our board that says, "Welcome to Virtual Kindergarten with Mrs. Baber and Mrs. Tevis." Do you remember who I told you Mrs. Tevis was yesterday? Mrs. Baber told you yesterday that Mrs. Tevis is our kindergarten assistant. She's going to be in our classrooms too when we come back in class and when we're on virtual. Some of you got to meet Mrs. Tevis yesterday with our beginning of the year assessments when you told her or me, when you told us your shapes, your colors, your letters, and your numbers. Some of you got to count really far for Mrs. Baber. I think one of my friends counted all the way to number 100. Whoa, what a smart brain. I want to remind you of the different icons we talked about yesterday over here on my bookshelf. When you log into Clever with your student email or password, or you scan your Clever badge that Mrs. Baber sent home with you. P.S. If you don't have a Clever badge yet, message me and I'll get you a picture of your Clever badge. It's so much easier than typing in that big long email. You will log into Clever and you will be able to access our Google Classroom. On Google Classroom, we have different assignments up on a slideshow for you to turn into Mrs. Baber. Make sure that you are logged in and can see our Google Classroom, because pretty soon when we all get our Chromebooks, we're going to be using Google Classroom to submit our work in the afternoons. I also have an icon of YouTube up here because we've been using YouTube quite a bit already, and we will continue to use YouTube as well. Mrs. Baber's going to stop sharing my screen now. Today, you're going to get to do a social emotional learning activity with Mrs. Brown. You're going to do a reading lesson over Wemberley Worried with Mrs. Latham. That's one of her favorite books. You're also going to get to do a lesson with Mrs. Dargle in calendar and math. Those are two of my favorite subjects to teach. I'm so glad Mrs. Dargle does such an awesome job with that. And you're also going to get to do another social studies lesson with Mrs. Baber. We get to read a story called The Crown Box That Talked, and we're actually not going to read it in person. I'm going to pull it up on YouTube for us. It's going to be so fun. Many different ways that we can read books in kindergarten, and I want you to try all of them. You're also going to get to do a couple of dance songs with Mrs. Brown. I love dancing. I might have to do a couple dance videos and put them up here for us. Make sure, boys and girls, that you have your learning bag ready to roll, all of your manipulatives and your papers and all of your things that you need in there, ready to sit, listen, and learn. Make sure you are sitting up in your chair, like Mrs. Baber. Make sure that your arms are either on your desk or on your table in front of you. Make sure your eyes are facing forward, your ears are ready to listen and learn, and your body is calm. All right, boys and girls, looks like we're ready to get started. Have a super fun day.